Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another live stream. The afternoon after the night before, actually. It's afternoon now, isn't it? The afternoon after the night before of Liverpool's 1-0 defeat in the Champions League to Galatasaray in Turkey. What a disaster that was. What a car crash that performance was. Liverpool were dreadful on the night, deservedly beaten. And now I am really concerned. Really concerned. Concerned going into the weekend against Chelsea. Concerned going forward. I don't think I've ever wanted an international break more than what is going to obviously happen after this weekend. I don't think I've ever wanted it more. Look, we're obviously going to get into the game. We're going to get into the performance, the result, and everything else in between and try and identify what is wrong with this Liverpool squad right now. But as always with these, make sure you're hitting the like button. Make sure you're subscribing if you're new. Both things are always and forever be greatly appreciated. And make sure you are obviously hitting the chat as well. Tell me where you're watching from today. Tell me what you're up to today. And of course, talk to me about football. Doesn't have to be Liverpool related, by the way. I know this is kind of like a Liverpool show, but doesn't have to be Liverpool related. It could be anything that you guys want to talk about in regards to the world of football. Let me know all of those things and much more, as Reluctant Gamer is already in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Big up to you, my bro. Welcome along. Glad you're here with us. I'm at work. Appreciate the grind, bro. Appreciate obviously you being here, and I hope work is not too difficult for you. Hope it's all going well for you, my friend. We had 2 losses on the bounce, back-to-back losses in all competitions. Oh dear, it's not looking good. Humble Liverpool fans. I mean, maybe some, not everyone though. Keep it Liverpool related. Joking. Don't worry about it, man. We'll keep it Liverpool related if you want. I don't hide from this. I don't hide. I don't cower away. Win, lose, or draw. Like, these things happen. So we will keep it Liverpool related if you want. We will talk Liverpool. But we've got a lot to discuss when it comes to the club, the way we're set up, the players, and of course, overall, in my opinion, the manager. Because I do think the manager is the root cause of these issues right now. And that is hard for me to say because obviously I love Arne Slot. But at the same time, he is not above and beyond criticism. And the criticism can be clearly seen in these past couple of games alone. And going into Chelsea, things need to buckle up. Because if not, we may as well kiss this season goodbye. If things don't change immediately, we can kiss this season goodbye, and we have flopped what has been an incredible optimistic summer with lots of excitement, and we've just flopped it. We've absolutely flopped it. But we'll obviously get into all of that. I appreciate the comment, bro. I appreciate the comment. Really nice coming from you, my man. It's just all fun and banter. I know. It's football at the end of the day. It's football. It's not life and death. And as Jurgen Klopp once said, it is the most important of the least important things in life. So, yeah, I get it, bro. I get it. But we'll get into it. I won't blame manager just yet. Only 2 losses, but yes, he can blame Slot also. Liverpool not been performing well, just been pulling out the results by goal late winners. I mean, the players have to take some responsibility as well. So yes, there is that element to it. But as we'll get into, the manager in the past couple of games has not. I think he's just overthought it. I think that's just the main thing about it. I think he's just overthought it. And I think this system that we've got right now is not working. The reason I say it's the system is simply for the reason that if it was one or two players that are underperforming, I could kind of say, well, it's the players. It's not the manager, it's the players. The system's there. Everybody else is playing well. It's just one or two of these players. But it's pretty much every player that's not playing very well. So that, to me, stems to the manager. Like, Van Dijk, I thought, was great, and he has been our best player all season. Van Dijk has been imperious. He has been absolutely stupidly good. He has been stupidly good all season long so far. Van Dijk has been exceptional. Alisson, quality. We know about Alisson. Gravenberch, brilliant. All season long, that is. But with the exception of those three, everybody else has been... There's been one or two good players in there, I guess. Ekitike settled in really well. You know, I feel like he's done really, really well. But other than that, everybody else has been average to poor. And it's a system thing. It really is a system thing. How is it that Liverpool going forward take an eternity to attack and we probably get one good bit of play every 20, 30 minutes, but yet every single time the opposition go forward, one pass can easily carve open our defence. One pass just carves open our defence. It's abysmal. And the only player, by the way, that I will say, and I'm not trying to scapegoat anybody or whatever, the only player that I will say who has been absolutely terrible all season and deserves criticism, and it's not even a system fault on this guy. Like, with Wirtz, I can say it's the system, as we'll get onto a little later. But for Konate especially, his head is in Madrid. It is so far in Madrid. He is literally tasting paella on the brain, right? His head is in Madrid. As much as it's a risk to play Gomez because, you know, his legs are made of Weetabix, we need to play Gomez. We need to play Gomez over this guy because this guy is a liability. This guy is awful. This guy defensively is not there. He's making stupid mistakes and he can't pass the ball. He can't pass the ball from A to B. He can pass the ball from A to B. If he can pass it to his goalkeeper, he's somewhat fine. If he can play it sideways a couple of yards to Virgil van Dijk, that's fine. But him progressing the ball forward, him progressing the ball out wide, it just doesn't happen for Konate now. It really doesn't. He gets the ball. There's no press on him. He's under no pressure whatsoever because the opposition don't need to because they know that, well, he's just going to give us the ball back anyway. So what's the point in pressing him? What's the point in wasting their energy when Konate is simply going to get the ball, turn, look around, spend about 30 minutes deciding what to do with the ball, and then just either kick it out for a throw-in or kick it back to their players, whether it be someone in the midfield or whether it be he tries to just launch a random ball over the top of the defence that goes straight through to the goalkeeper. This guy is a big problem, as is the entire system that we're playing right now. The system just does not work. Big up Kinsman is in the building. Lovely to have you here, my bro. Big up to you, my friend. I kind of expected Galatasaray to win when I saw Liverpool's form. Shouldn't be like that, though. Here's the thing, though. I would have taken a minor loss if our performance was great. I've always said this. Like, if our performance is great, but for whatever reason, you know, we just don't quite get enough goals, they get a bit of a smash and grab victory, I at least can say, you know what? The performance was there. It was just their goalkeeper played a blinder. Their defense was just on point. We just couldn't score. And then we get done on the counter. We get done by a dodgy decision. whatever the case may be, right? I can at least accept that. And by the way, just on dodgy decisions, the penalty we gave away, extremely soft. Very stupid, but extremely soft. I'm just saying, if that is enough contact to award a penalty in the box, Mo Salah should be getting about 5 to 6 penalties a game. Mo Salah should be getting 5 to 6 penalties a game if that is all the amount of contact you need to win a penalty. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there. Like, it is what it is. But I would take that loss if we played well. But we didn't play well. And now I'm starting to somewhat worry. And it's not on the players, like I say. It is on the system. I was kind of expected for Slot to play 4-3-3. I think he needs to go back to that. We need to go back to that. Go back to last year. 4-3-3. Just to steady the ship for just a little bit. Missing a centre-back and a CDM. Well, that's what Gay was brought for. And I imagine we're going to go for a CDM next year. Like I say, my choice would be Adam Wharton, because we clearly need someone who is capable of taking the ball off our defenders and actually going forward with it. That would be great. The only midfielder that could do that is Curtis Jones, apparently. Ekatike was a good signing. Yeah, he's done pretty well. Big up to you, my friend. I'm always happy for you to join us, even if it is for a short while. It does mean the world. So I really do appreciate it, my friend. Lovely stuff. Hope you're doing well, my bro. The problem with our team is first the tactics that was played by Slot, the second the defense, and Konate does it so bad, and third we need more centre backs. You want to know, like I say, I just highlighted the problems with Konate. You want to know what Mark Gahey does with the ball? He actually gets the ball and looks to progress the ball forward. Who'd have thought it? Who'd have thought that the one piece that our defence was missing was the person that we didn't get this summer? Who'd have thought it? Oh, and fourth, we need to learn. We need the team to shoot whenever they have the chance instead of shooting inside the box. We should just shoot when chances have been created. Yeah, there was one or two moments, not just yesterday, but over the course of the past couple of games where we've had the ball on like the edge of the area or inside the edge of the area. And rather than shoot, we've just tried to play the perfect goal. Case in point, yesterday, Ekatike tries to roll the goalkeeper. He tries to roll over the ball to get beyond the goalkeeper, when really he just needs to finesse it. He just needs to Thierry Henry finesse it into the corner. Just put your foot through it or finesse it. Ekatike doesn't. It bounces back. It's cleared off the line. And then 30 seconds later, maybe not even 30 seconds later, Galatasaray up the other end winning a penalty. That's just a sign to me that this team is low on confidence and nervous. Because again, it was so simple. It was so simple to counter us. Through the middle, one ball, he's through, and then Szoboszlai just happens to catch him, and it's a penalty. Carragher said Wirtz should go completely out of the team for a while. Is he overreacting? I mean, I'm not going to say he's wrong in the sense that it depends on the system, because the system that we're playing right now is weird. It's not working to Wirtz's strength. Wirtz, in the past few games, when he's actually played centrally, which has been bit parts in games, because he's not actually played a full game in the centre these past 2 or 3 games, right? But when he has played in the centre, weirdly enough, right, he's actually played pretty well when he's been in the centre, right? He's actually created the most chances in this Liverpool team, right? Mind-boggling, right? You buy the most creative player in Europe to play in the centre to then, when an opportunity arises where you need to obviously reshuffle things around, or you need to swap in someone, you play him out on the wing. What are you doing? What is Slot think? Seriously, when Ekatike had to come off yesterday, and he brings on McAllister, and then he puts Wirtz back on the left, it didn't work against Crystal Palace. So why do you think it's going to work now? Like, he was actually having a decent enough game through the centre. And the biggest stat of them all, that was just abysmal to read, is that in the 30-odd minutes that Alexander Isak got on that pitch, he had 4 touches. 1, 2, 3, 4. The fantastic 4 touches. Why? Because, A, we didn't have nobody to work the ball from the back to front, because they've decided, for whatever reason, Curtis Jones plays as the number 10 rather than drops back a little deeper to actually move the ball forward. And B, Wirtz is stuck on the left. He's stuck on the left rather than going through the middle. Wirtz's best performance came when Isak was playing ahead of him and Wirtz was playing centrally just behind him, because he had someone to work off. He had someone to look at and try and obviously, either exploit space that Isak was moving, or Isak would exploit space where Wirtz was moving into. Either way, it works that way. But Wirtz can't play on the wing. Same way that Jeremy Frimpong was on the right wing yesterday, but that was a problem in itself. That is a problem. Don't play Jeremy Frimpong on the right wing. When Salah goes to AFCON in December, do not play Jeremy Frimpong on the right wing. That's what you got Federico Chiesa for. Play Chiesa on the right wing. That is what would be perfect. Chiesa, right wing, sorted. Simple as that. Also, trust Jeremy Frimpong to play as your right back. You bought him as a right back. Trust him to play as your right back, and Szoboszlai can then move into the centre. How difficult is it? Why is he making it so difficult for himself? Why? There is no need to make it this difficult. But for whatever reason, he's making it difficult. The system's being awkward. Everything about this is being weird. Jeremy Frimpong has basically played one game as a right back, and that was against Bournemouth. And the moment he got taken off, that was when Bournemouth scored. How did they score? By going down Liverpool's right-hand side. So it was clearly a problem in that game when Frimpong went off. Trust him to play as right back. Conor Bradley, past couple of games, shocking. Bringing on Conor Bradley yesterday, mind-boggling. Trust Frimpong at right back. Move Szoboszlai into the midfield. And don't play Wirtz on the left. This square pegs and round holes weirdness is just strange to me. Because like I say, it's not Wirtz's fault. It's not any of these players' fault. The only one who I hold somewhat accountable is Konate. But apart from that, it's none of these players' fault. It's just systematic. It's genuinely just systematic. These players have to take responsibility. I'm not saying they're completely blameless. They have to take responsibility because some of them can't even pass from A to B. And that is a very, very big concern. But at the same time, it just seems that we're overcomplicating it and we're overthinking it more than what it should be. That's the problem for me. Marco here says never a penalty. Big up to you, Marco. Hope you're doing well, my bro. I somewhat have to agree. Like I say, if that's a penalty, then Mo Salah deserves about. Mo Salah's owed like a good 10 of them. I don't know, man. I don't know. Galatasaray should never get that pen. Again, I somewhat agree. Also, never a red card for João Pedro, high boot. So players are not allowed to put the boots high, even if it's nowhere near the opponent's head. I've not seen it. I didn't watch the Chelsea game yesterday, so I'll have to go back and I'll go back now and see it. Ooh. The thing I will say, I just have to rewatch it again. Okay, so I kind of get what you're saying. Like it's nowhere near his head. I think you're slightly wrong on that because obviously he goes in to head the ball, right? The thing I will say on that is it's not a straight red. It's a double yellow. So it's the right decision in my opinion. Double yellow. He doesn't need to make that challenge either. He doesn't need to go in with his boot that high. That's just stupid. That's just stupid on João Pedro's part. He doesn't need to go in for that challenge. The game is about 20 seconds away from ending. He doesn't need to go in with his boot that high. It's a definite red card. It's a definite red card given the circumstances and the context. It's a definite red card. There's absolutely no need for him to go in with his boot that high. Absolutely stupid from João Pedro. Just let the ball go. Just let it go. There's no need to do that. Absolutely no need. And, that could cost Chelsea severely in the next Champions League game with no Pedro, no Delat. That could be bad. That could be really bad. Does anybody actually know this question, by the way? Does anyone know the answer to this question that I'm going to ask? Has there ever been a club that has got 4 red cards in 4 consecutive games? Because I'm tempted to put a cheeky fiver on Chelsea getting a red card on Saturday. I'm tempted. Spurs needs 2 strikers in front of him, not 1. I mean, don't think he really necessarily needed it for Leverkusen. But like I say, I've got faith that him and Isak can work it out. The bit I'm concerned about is just as getting to that point with this system in play. This system is just, it's not connecting right now. And whilst we have flashes and glimpses of our defense working, and then we have flashes and glimpses of just our attack working, the main bit that's meant to connect them is the midfield. And the midfield just isn't working. It's just not working, our midfield. McAllister's been poor all season so far. Szoboszlai's been used in every position other than his most natural position. I don't know, man. It's just that midfield just needs sorting out. I think it's just because we're so used to having Szoboszlai in there rather than Wirtz, 2 different types of players, that I just think it might just be a case of us needing to get used to it. But at the same time, it doesn't help when your number 10 is dropping so deep to get into the game that he's basically a defensive midfielder in which he can't influence play in advanced positions because none of our midfielders can actually turn, receive the ball and progress forward. There's only Ryan Gravenberch who can do it. But even yesterday, Gravenberch was finding it difficult. I mean, he gave away a free kick and got a yellow card right on the stroke of half time because he tried to do something clever and fancy on the edge of his own penalty area. he tried to do that little drop of the shoulder, that little turn that he does. He messed it up, and Galatasaray almost got in before half time again. Oh yeah, I think Anthony Taylor is going to be refereeing the Chelsea versus Liverpool game. Yeah, Chelsea fans are not happy about that. But what I will say is Anthony Taylor's, to my recollection, not exactly great with us either. Honestly, I'm slightly worried about that game. I shouldn't be. I shouldn't be going into that game. I should be very confident. I should be like, this is a Chelsea side, got a fair few injuries. It's a Chelsea side that are not exactly in the best of form. They've only picked up 2 wins since the international break, and one of them was against Lincoln. The other one was last night against Benfica. I should be sat here being very confident that we can obviously beat Chelsea on Saturday. And instead, I'm sat here going, I don't think we'll lose, but I don't think we'll win either. And that should not be the case. The case should be that I should be confident and we should be going into that game with a win. Simple as that. And now we need to. The pressure's really on. We need to go into that game and well, we need to at least put in a good performance. I would be happy with a good performance. And I'd just be happy with a good performance to at least show we're heading in the right direction. Because I know our recent record at Stamford Bridge isn't great. But at the same time, like I say, Chelsea are there for the taking. Chelsea are there for the taking. And we need to obviously take advantage of that. Do I think we will? On recent form, it's hard to say that we will. It's hard to say that we will. But I'm hoping this will be the game in which everything clicks and turns up. But man, oh man, it's a struggle. It's an absolute struggle. How did Osimhen play? Scored the penalty, of course. Oh, by the way, to add insult to injury as well, literally, Alisson's out. He got injured last night, so Mamadashvili is going to be coming in obviously for Saturday. Which isn't the end of the world. Hopefully, we get to see our new goalkeeper more in action. And not only that as well, but Ekitike also went off injured. Hopefully, it's nothing too serious on Ekitike, but, you know, it just, when it rains, it pours. And I feel sorry for everybody who made the trip over to Turkey to watch that absolute car crash of a performance last night. Feel sorry for anybody that paid for Amazon Prime to watch that performance. It was dreadful. But Osimhen, basically, he bullied Konate again. He basically hung on Konate, and every single time they went through, it was one pass, and Galatasaray were through on goal. And he probably could have had 1 or 2 more goals on the night. He probably could have done. But he didn't, and all he needed was one. All they needed was 1 goal. And they went, go on then, try and break us down. And I think we had 2 good opportunities throughout the entire night, and they weren't obviously taken. They were 2 very poorly taken opportunities. It wasn't like we forced a good save from the goalkeeper. It wasn't like the opposition goalkeeper had much to do. But overall, Galatasaray basically went 1-0 up, soft penalty, but a penalty nonetheless. We still should have won. We still should have gone there with, you know, a good performance at hand, and we did neither of those things. Chelsea got 3 red cards in 3 games in a row. Yeah, like I say, I'm wondering if any team has ever gone 4 games in a row with a red card. I'm just wondering for Saturday. It could be interesting if that is the case, but no, very, very stupid from João Pedro. Very stupid. Is Palmer back for the Liverpool game? I don't think he is, you know. I think he's still going to be injured. I think he might be back for after the international break, I think. So I don't think he's back for the Liverpool game, but I think he will be back for after the international break. I could be wrong on that, though. I could be wrong. I swear we might lose that match, but I'm hoping for us to win. I mean, if you were to ask me about a week ago how confident I was going into that Chelsea game, I said I was very confident. Now I'm not so sure. I'm genuinely not so sure now. I want to say we win. Of course I do. Of course I want to say we win. Of course I want to say that we win this game. But I'm not so sure. I'm really, really, really not so sure. Chelsea are always a tricky side, especially at Stamford Bridge, especially against Liverpool, given the history and given, obviously, the rivalry that's there. They are a tricky side. They always turn up for this game. I just want to see a good performance, man. I just want to see a good performance and know that we're heading in the right direction. I need Arne Slot to figure this stuff out. I need our players to step up. I need Konate in particularly to step up because it's not been good enough. And look, it's not like this is a new thing. It's not like I'm just saying this now because we've lost 2 on the bounce. We've been saying it all season long. The only difference is that the results have been masking over those poor performances. But when the results aren't there, there's nothing more to say other than the performances have been absolute garbage. Absolutely rubbish. Absolutely terrible. It's appalling. It really is appalling. It's so friggin' annoying, man, because it's like you've got everything there. You just need to cook with it, you know? You've got all the ingredients. You just need to let it cook. And it's not happening. It's not happening right now. And like I say, the reason is square pegs, round holes. Jeremy Frimpong's a right back. Play him at right back. Florian Wirtz is not a left winger. Play him through the centre. Dominic Szoboszlai should be played in midfield alongside Ryan Gravenberch. So play him there. I just, some of the things I just don't understand. Some of these things I just do not understand. It's I just don't get it. I really, really don't get it. I mean, it's not like it's not the end of the world. Like, don't get me wrong, it's not like a complete crisis. But at the same time, like with the trajectory that we're on, with the performances that have very little to no improvement on them since the beginning of the season whatsoever. It's like, what are we doing? Where are we going? What are we trying to do? Because I don't see what we're trying to do. I really don't see what we're trying to do here. Yeah, it's mad. Do you think Newcastle win tonight? Yeah, against, is it? Oh, it's that Belgian team, isn't it? Is it Belgium? Is it Belgium? I want to say it's Belgian. Yeah, Belgium. The Union Saint Gilloy. We played them in the Europa League a couple of years ago, I believe. I believe it was the Europa League. Yeah, you should win. You should win. It's probably a must win as well. Like, considering the fixtures you've got coming up. and obviously losing to Barcelona on the opening day. So it's a favourable game. It's a good opportunity for you to win. Just don't bottle it like you did on Sunday. Yeah, I think you'll be fine, mate. I think you'll be fine. Newcastle to win tonight. Are you the 8 o'clock game, or are you? Oh, you're the 5:45 game. I weren't really sure which way around you were. Man City are 8 o'clock. Man City are 8 o'clock against Monaco. Some good games tonight, actually. So you got Man City against Monaco, Napoli Sporting, Juventus Villarreal. There's also Arsenal taking on Olympiacos, but we all know how that game is going to go. I mean, fingers crossed that Olympiacos can get something from that game, but I highly doubt it. And then Barcelona PSG. Now, that one is going to be good. That one is going to be really good. So, yeah, I can't wait for that one, especially tonight. I can't wait for PSG Barcelona. That should be a really, really good game. But yeah, we shall see obviously how the Champions League goes tonight. Should be interesting. And obviously, like I say, we hopefully will bounce back. Obviously, like I say, Chelsea at the weekend. And then our next Champions League game is against Frankfurt. So a trip to Germany. Hugo Ekitike returns to face his former club. Hopefully, we can redeem ourselves in that one. But we shall see. Marcos asks, Pogba never plays for Monaco, but he is not injured. I don't know. I don't really follow Monaco, to be perfectly honest. I don't really follow Monaco. Oh, Taki Minamino still plays there. I thought he moved on. They got Ansu Fati as well. Eric Dyer, Jesus Christ. Oh, and that Vanderson as well. That Vanderson is meant to be a decent attacking wing back. So there's quite a few players to look out for tonight when City take on Monaco. Frankfurt away, always tricky, great atmosphere. Yeah, I remember watching Frankfurt's game against Tottenham in the Europa League last year. Tricky, hostile atmosphere for Spurs. So again, we need to be on course, man, because we need to be on our game, because we knew going into last night it was going to be the same. We knew last night that Galatasaray ultras are obviously very passionate. Very much behind their own team. We knew it was going to be a tough atmosphere, and yet we just crumbled. We just couldn't do anything. Like the thing that annoyed me the most is just not being able to pass the ball properly, not being able to progress the ball. Our attack is so predictable. Our attack is basically starts out with Alisson, passes to Konate to Van Dijk, Van Dijk to Kirkes, jogs forward a little bit before turning back around and going back to Van Dijk. Van Dijk goes back to Alisson. Alisson over to the right back. right back to Konate. Konate back to Alisson, who kicks the ball long, and it goes straight to the opposition, who then go forward. One pass into the striker. Striker holds it up, plays in a runner, who then looks over and plays in one of the wingers, and they're through on goal. And that is how we attack and how we also defend. Make it make sense. Seriously, make it make sense how it's so easy for the opposition to just play through us, but we have to for us, it's like trying to do some sort of ancient puzzle to unlock a defense. For them, it's basically like trying to unlock a door that is being held together by the thinnest and most weakest piece of wood you can imagine. Like, literally, the slightest of breezes can open the defense. And that is exactly what happens with us every single time. Every single time! The worst part about it is, right, Bournemouth on the opening day of the season managed to exploit it a little bit. Newcastle exploited our weak defence. Arsenal didn't for whatever reason. Don't know why, but Arsenal didn't, and we actually stood strong in that game. Burnley didn't have the players capable of doing it. Everton did it for about 10 to 15 minutes, a little bit, in our Merseyside derby. Atletico obviously got lucky in terms of a goal that should have been ruled out for offside, a goal that was deflected as well. And then obviously Palace did it, and now Galatasaray have done it. I am so glad in a way that Cole Palmer is not playing against us on Saturday. I would be so terrified and worried of Cole Palmer just basically having the luxury and freedom of the wide open spaces that we just decide to leave for opposition players through the center of our midfield and defense. Parting like Moses and the Red Sea, literally Red Sea, because we play in red. It just parts just like that, and they just run straight through. I'm so glad Palmer's not playing, but at the same time, they've still got João Pedro. At the same time, they've still got Moises Caicedo. They've still got Enzo Fernandez. Like, I'm worried for Saturday. Don't get me wrong. I think we can hurt Chelsea too. But our forward play, our interplay, our interchange has to be very crisp and very incisive. We have to take advantage of the fact that Chelsea's defence is going to be a bit of a patch job because of the injuries that they have to their centre-backs. But not only that as well, the fact that their goalkeeper is terrible. We have to do better. We have to exploit those weaknesses. Because if we don't, we're going to be made to pay for it. They're going to get in behind us so much. And if they don't take their chances, then this could be one hell of a stupidly poor game. It really, really could. I know like Chelsea haven't been amazing this season either. But even so, they've got threats. They've got big players. They've got moments in their team. Like I say, I for one am worried. I'm worried. I don't know, man. I just don't know. I just don't know. Big up SM44. I hope you're doing well, my bro. Bear with me 1 second. It says, dude, are you okay? I got a headache after watching the game yesterday. I just woke up and it's already 2 p.m. here in Lisbon. I hope you're doing well, my bro. Lovely to have you here and lovely to have you joining us. Yeah, I'm okay, bro. Like I say, I'm still annoyed and frustrated about yesterday. A dreadful performance. Like I say, I can't really blame the players. I can blame Konate because there's no real reason or rhyme or reason for Konate to play poorly, other than the fact that his heart and his head is not really in it. Which, by the way, whilst we're on the subject of Konate, there was an interesting story from L'Equipe, a popular and somewhat reliable French publication that stated that Konate might be close to signing a new deal with Liverpool. The story is that Liverpool are gaining confidence that Konate will sign a new deal. And if that is the case, then, you know, that is good news if it means that we can put all of this Konate stuff behind us and Konate can focus on his football to get back to his best. But if this kind of version of Konate is what we're going to be expecting to see going forward, then I don't want him to sign that new deal. I don't want him anywhere near Liverpool. And if he wants to go to Real Madrid, then he can go to Real Madrid. I don't care. I don't know why Florentino Perez and Real Madrid would want him when he's in this kind of vein of form. And I feel like he should be warned of that if that is genuinely what he wants, because, you know, they will turn to a Mark Gahey. They will go, you know what? We did want Konate, but Mark Gahey is the way to go. So we'll go with Mark Gahey instead. And then not only do we miss out on Mark Gahey, but also we then probably would have to keep Konate, even though I don't want him to. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. So, dreadful on Konate's part, but yeah, I'm doing all right, man. I'm doing all right. It's just one of them things, isn't it? Just not happy at all, man. Did they have any update about Hugo Ekitike? They seem to think it's nothing too serious, but we'll obviously wait and see later on. So we're not 100% sure what it is, but at the same time, like, the club seem to believe that it hasn't got anything too serious. So I would probably imagine he probably will be out for the Chelsea game, and hopefully he gets to recover during the international break, and hopefully he'll be back after then. But we shall see on that one. Hopefully, like the club are hoping for, it is nothing too serious. SM44 says Konate's been great for us lately. People have been saying he's not playing very well. I mean, in his first season, and he's playing poorly, very poorly. He's been dreadful. He's probably been our worst performing player all season. He's probably been our worst performing player all season long. And it's clear why, because of all this speculation surrounding him with Real Madrid, and he's brought it on himself. His head is seemingly in Spain. And if he wants Spain and Real Madrid so badly, then stay there, my bro. Go there now. Go. Like I say, we need to bring in Joe Gomez. I know it's a massive risk because the guy's legs are made of Weetabix and he can't stay fit for longer than 2 games. But I think it's potentially a risk worth taking because this Konate guy is such a liability. He is such a liability. He genuinely is such a liability. He's not to be trusted. He's god awful. I don't want this Konate at my football. I want the Konate that is just an absolute beast, a powerhouse. Just this guy that automatically knew where to be at the right time, puts in a good defensive display, can block, can tackle, can pass the ball, and actually pass the ball and progress with the ball. That'd be nice. But I don't want this Konate because this Konate absolutely stinks. This Konate is just genuinely terrible. But what are you going to do? Like I say, for me, it's a system fault. It's a system error. I mean, Chiesa missed out because of injury. Again, hopefully he's back for the weekend. We're probably going to need him now that obviously Ekatike's gone down as well. So hopefully Chiesa's back for this weekend. Even last night, just bring on Engamoa, man. Like, there's absolutely no need to play Wirtz on the left when Engamoa was on the bench. And I know he's a 17-year-old kid, but Jesus Christ, he's a natural left winger. Play the more natural left winger. The chances are is that he can't be any worse than what was already on the pitch yesterday. Just simple as that, man. Simple as that. Let me have a look what you're saying. Most chances created this season, all competitions. Wirtz, 21 in 9 games. Grealish, 21 in 8. And Mbeumo, 18 in 7. And Bruno, 17 in 7. This is what I'm saying, man. Play him in the centre and he will create. If anybody is out there thinking that this is a Wirtz problem, it's not. It's not a Wirtz problem. Wirtz is by far not the problem. He's created the most chances. You just need to look at those kind of stats and be like, right, he hasn't got the GA yet, but that will hopefully come with time. He is not the problem. He's not the be-all and end-all. So for those that are going, 007, because that's top quality, highly rated, top tier banter, apparently, enjoy it while it lasts, because I don't think it will last for much longer. I feel like Wirtz will eventually start firing. Whether it be goals, whether it be assists, he will start firing. I have no doubt in my mind about that. But in order for that to happen, the system around him needs to be set, and it needs to be set properly. And right now, the system is not being set properly because Arne Slot is too busy overthinking it, galaxy braining it, and going, if I put this player out of position and this player out of position, then this will create, an absolute train wreck. And the maddening thing is, last season, Arne Slot got a lot of things right. Whether it be team selection from the beginning or whether it be substitutions at the right time. Arne Slot usually got it right last season. Right now, he is the fault of this. He is at fault for this, in my opinion. And that's not to say that I'm slot out or anything like that. I'm not there yet. Or I don't hope to ever be there. But he is not above and beyond criticism, because that is clearly what is happening here. That is clearly what's happening here. He's overthinking it, and he's just not set yet. He's not set on a system or a starting 11 that he wants to play. And no matter who he drops, no matter what rotation he does, no matter who he plays where, it just doesn't work. It just does not work. Dropping Salah yesterday on the bench. Like, I understand rotation. I understand that Salah doesn't need to play in every game. But what are you doing, man? What are you doing when you're playing Jeremy Frimpong on that side? Why? The most you could have done was play Szoboszlai there. You should have probably done that. You should have probably put Szoboszlai further forward and Frimpong at right back. Swap them two around. Playing Curtis Jones as the DM. Great. You know why? Because he's actually looking to progress the ball going forward. He still takes an eternity to decide what he's going to do with it, but at least he's actually getting the ball off of the centre-backs and progressing and moving forward with it. So what do you do in the second half? Yeah, you go and stand close to the striker. Well, then how is the ball meant to get from our defence to the attack? Because you've just completely missed out the midfield. And the only way it actually did get from the defence to the attack was when the defenders put the ball over the top. The problem with that was we didn't have players that could run in behind the defence, because either A, they just weren't in that position to do so, B, they couldn't do it, or C, the ball over the top wasn't good enough. Wasn't good enough. So the midfield, non-existent, pointless, not to be there, unless it's just to run about a bit. I'm just baffled. I am just completely baffled. Completely baffled. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Make sure to drop a like on the video and subscribe if you're new. Both things always and forever be greatly appreciated. Make sure to hit up the chat as well with your own thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, and whatever else you've got for me. Would make for great and interesting reading. Team for Saturday then. Mamanashvili to start in goal. His Premier League debut coming at Stamford Bridge. What a way to make your Premier League debut. Right back. I would go Jeremy Frimpong. I would go Jeremy Frimpong at right back. I don't think he will. I think he'll stick with Connor Bradley. But I would go Jeremy Frimpong at right back. He's going to go Konate and Van Dijk in the heart of the defence. I personally would go Gomez and Van Dijk, but he's probably going to go Konate and Van Dijk. Kirkes at left back. Gravenberch in the midfield. I would go with Szoboszlai over McAllister. No, all right, I change it. Here's what I go. I would go. I'd go Gravenberch, Jones, and Szoboszlai in midfield. I'd go with them three in midfield. I'd drop Wirtz to the bench for this one and bring him on in the second half. I would then go Salah on the right. Gakpo on the left, and Isak up front. And then obviously on the bench, you'll have Wirtz to come on. You'll have Chiesa to come on. And McAllister if you need him. That is what I would go with on Saturday. Mainly because you need a player in that midfield that can actually progress the ball in Curtis Jones. Szoboszlai can from deep sometimes, but not consistently enough. But Szoboszlai is mainly going to be there because we need legs in midfield. We're going to need legs to tackle the midfield engine of the likes of Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez. Gravenberch is in there because he's Ryan Gravenberch, of course. So it's a combative midfield as well. Pace on the right flank with Jeremy Frimpong. He just needs to work on his crossing because there was a couple of times last night where his crossing just was poor. Kirkes, we know about Kirkes. Like I said, Van Dijk and Gomez would be my choice in centre back, but it's probably going to be Canate over Gomez. And I say the forward line, hopefully, Isak's firing on all cylinders. Hopefully, this is the game in which Salah re-announces himself to the Premier League. And hopefully, Gakpo can actually put in a good performance for the first time in a fair few games. So, fingers crossed on that. Fingers crossed on all of that. Mamardashvili was mid that bad. I don't think he's that bad. I think he's a very good. Was not that bad. Not that bad. Yeah, I know. I'm okay with Mamardashvili. Like, obviously, he's not Alisson Becker level just yet, but I'm confident that, of course, he will be good enough to take over that number one spot eventually. I'm confident that he's going to be a good stand-in for the time being, like what Kelleher was for the past few seasons. So I'm good with Mamardashvili. I'm fine with that. Like, it is a bit annoying that Alisson's injured, as he normally picks up that yearly injury. You know, every single year he seems to just pick up an injury. So this is his yearly injury. But yeah, I'm happy with Mamardashvili. I'm happy with him. So should be okay there. Like I say, it's the other positions I'm worried about. It's the midfield I'm worried about. It's the right back I'm worried about. You know, those particular problems. But that's my team anyway. That's who I'd go with. And then if you guys would change that, or who you'd go for, like I say, I think it is debatable as to whether or not you put Wirtz in that midfield. But for me, Curtis Jones needs to be in that midfield. He needs to be in that midfield. That's why I will go with Szoboszlai and Gravenberch alongside him. Belieber, like I say, Belieber would be a fine addition to this side if we actually did decide to pursue him. I go for Adam Wharton, but Belieber would be a quality signing. There's no doubt about it. But we obviously will see how it all goes. Like I say, the main part to take away from this situation is the midfield situation, the systematic situation. Both of those things just are not working. They're just seriously not working. So we need to sort that out. We need to sort that out. Liverpool to lose 3 in a row. Could happen. I don't think it will. I think, like I said, I think the worst result we may get is a draw. I still haven't decided yet on my predictions where I'm going. Premier League predictions video will be out tomorrow, by the way, people. So just in case you are wondering, the Premier League predictions video will be out tomorrow. But yeah, I don't think we'll lose 3 in a row. We might go winless. We might go without a win 3 games in a row, but not 3 losses, I don't think. Which Champions League game are you watching tonight? I will be watching PSG Barcelona. I'll be watching PSG versus Barcelona tonight. I feel like that's the only right answer, to be perfectly honest with you. I mean, I might. It's good that obviously the Newcastle game's on a little earlier, so I might catch that one as well. But on the 8 o'clock games, I will likely be watching PSG Barcelona. So I can't wait for that one. It's going to be an awesome game. It's going to be an awesome game. Kane will break 50 Bundesliga goals this season. Mark my words, Lewandowski record is 41. Kane is well on track. How many has he got now? How many has Kane got? Let's have a look. Because he scored again. This guy's just on fire. He's got 10 goals. 10 Bundesliga goals. In 5 games. The guy has scored 2 goals a game. Yeah. That, assuming he doesn't get injured or anything happens badly to him or whatever, that guy is not only going to smash Lewandowski's record, he's going to absolutely obliterate it. We are spoiled as football fans. Great games on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and all the league games in the weekend too. Yeah, I mean, it's a good time. It's just a shame that they're all on at the same time. What's Thursday's Europa League games looking like? So we've got Europa League. Forest are obviously going against Midtjylland. Midtjylland. Feyenoord at home to Aston Villa. Keep your eye on Porto in the Europa League. Porto are doing great this season. Keep your eye on Porto. Porto are definitely one to watch. I mean, seven matches played, 7 wins, 19 goals, and one against them. Is an astounding record so far. Keep your eye on Porto. Rangers against Sturm Graz. That's the kind of British team. Celtic at home to Sporting Braga. And then what we got? Europa Conference League. Where are Palace? Away from home to Dynamo Kiev. So that's what Palace have got coming up, which is going to be an interesting game there. But yeah, like I say, we've got some great games coming up and some big games at that as well. So yeah, fair play. Kane has 10 goals after just 5 games. Like I say, 2 goals a game, man, that is some quality business. And like I say, if he continues and there's no injury at play or anything like that, he is going to obliterate any and every goal scoring record. That's going to be insane. It's going to be absolutely insane. SM44 says Frankfurt 5, Gala 1, Atletico 5, Frankfurt 1, Liverpool 3, Atletico 2, Galatasaray 1, Liverpool 0. I mean, football is crazy. Anything can happen. We'll be back. Let's go, Liverpool. Yeah, I mean, that's the topsy-turvy way of looking at it. That's a topsy-turvy way of looking at it. I mean, PSG won the Champions League, lost to Chelsea in the Club World Cup, and since then Chelsea have lost to Manchester United. Does that mean that Man United at that point were the best club in the world? And then they lost to Brentford. Does Brentford now have that title until they lose? Like, that's just a crazy way to look at it. Villa away at Feyenoord. Yep, should be an interesting game there. Your thoughts on Heitinga? Was assistant manager of Liverpool last season and is now a head coach at Ajax on the hot seat. It's not been the greatest of starts, has it, for Johnny Heitinga? Not been the greatest of starts. Like, what? They're still third in the Dutch league, but they're already 4 points behind Feyenoord. Did they get beat the other day as well? Did they get beat in the Champions? Yeah, they did. They got beat yesterday in the Champions League 4-0 to Marseille. That's pretty poor. And they obviously lost to Inter on match day 1 as well, so it's not gone too well. I don't know. This assistant managers at Liverpool don't seem to be doing very well at other clubs. Look at Pep Linders when he went to, I want to say it was Salzburg, but I could be wrong. Now that I've said it, I kind of doubt myself, but I'm pretty sure it was Salzburg. Now he's obviously with Pep Guardiola at City. So, is what it is. Dynamo Kiev playing their home game in Poland. Yeah. We all know why that is. Heard that Alisson is injured. Do you think that Georgie can step up against Chelsea? Cole Palmer is injured for that match as well. Big up Alex. Hope you're doing well, my bro. Lovely to have you here, my friend. Yeah, Alisson's out for that game on Saturday. Mamardashvili should be fine. I've got no issues with Mamardashvili. I've got no concerns with Mamardashvili filling in for him. So he should be fine. Palmer being injured, I think, is a big positive for Liverpool in terms of our defence looks so wide open right now, and I feel like he'd have a field day against us. But at the same time, you never want to see a player injured. So somewhat bittersweet, I guess. Heitinga was a good player back in the day, good defender. Ex-Evertonian, which made it so strange that obviously you take the job at Liverpool, but he was okay. I wouldn't say he was good. I'd say it's okay. I'd say it was okay. But there you have it. A lot of good Champions League, Europa Conference League, and obviously some good Premier League and domestic league competitions to look forward to this week. Right, I really needed that. I really needed that rant. I really needed to rant and rave about Liverpool for a good hour and 15 minutes. Really, really needed that. So thank you guys for that. Thank you for obviously coming out and giving some time to listen to my ramblings and ravings and all of that kind of good stuff. So I do appreciate that. You've thrown in some good comments as well, some interesting thoughts and some interesting questions. Been good. It's been good. It's been like therapy. This. Our defense looks sloppy. Once we make a minor mistake, the opposition. I assume there's more to come. But yeah, I agree with you, bro. I agree. We were just saying during this stream that the opposition attacks and snatches the chance, and we concede. Yeah, we were saying in this stream, bro, that our defense looks so easy to play against. It's like Liverpool going forward, we have to like work for a chance. We have to really, really work at it and stick with it to create an opportunity. Yet the opposition defense, all they have to do is play one ball in behind and they're through on goal. Like, I don't know what it is, but it's just not working. Our defense is not connecting with our attack. Our attack is not connecting with our defense. And the reason for that is that our midfield is just not working. Our midfield is not in tandem. They're not working together. They're quite poor, in all honesty. So, yeah, I 100% agree. Our midfield is just not helping. Our attack is not firing on all cylinders. And our defense, with the exception of, the Arsenal game, the Burnley game, and maybe you could say, despite the fact that we conceded 2 goals, the Atletico game, it's just so shaky. It's so nervous. It's so awkward. It's not great. It's not great at all, my bro. But fingers crossed, things can only get better. Things can only get better. And hopefully they start to look better against Chelsea. Hopefully we get the win. We steady the ship. And we, above all, make a statement. That would be great. If we made a statement and went, right, we're here. We're not going anywhere. We've had a slow start to the season, but now is where things start to click. Now is where things are going to be clicked into gear because we've had to kick up the backside that we needed. If there wasn't an alarm bell that rang against Crystal Palace and you just smashed it on snooze, that alarm bell should be 10 times louder after the Galatasaray game last night. After that Galatasaray game, that alarm bell should be 10 times louder because this lackadaisical, lackluster, sort of sleepy approach by Liverpool, it's just not working. It's just not working whatsoever. So, fingers crossed, things will get better from here. Anyway, those are just my thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you want to call it, of this guy. 2 losses are a wake-up call for us, so the only way is up. By the way, I'm Simon. I'm in can't even say it. My bad. And Simon right now, so I gotta go. Thank you for being here, my bro. Really do appreciate it, my friend. Always good to talk football with you, and always good that that you keep returning. I really do appreciate that, my guy. So thank you very much for that. Really do appreciate it. Right, those are just the thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you want to call it, of this guy. I want to know what you guys are thinking and feeling. Let me know in the what will now be the comment section, of course, if you're watching this on playback, what you guys are thinking and feeling about Liverpool's 1-0 loss to Galatasaray last night, the performance, the result, and everything else in between. Maybe you want to talk some more Champions League football to me. Maybe you want to talk some more about anything else in the world of football. Drop it all down below in that comment section. Make sure you're hitting the like button on the way out. Make sure you're subscribing if you are new. Both things will always and forever be greatly appreciated. And as always, thank you all so much for watching and listening. I've been Fletch. This has been another Fletch Talks live stream, and I will see and speak to you all again soon in another video or live stream or whatever it may be. Cheers, guys. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Thanks, everybody, for contributing in the chat. Really, really do appreciate your love and support. You guys are absolutely awesome. And I'll see and speak to you all again soon in another video, live stream, or whatever it may be. Thank you very much, guys. Peace out. Take care of yourselves. And I'll see you all in the next one.